In this day and age of technology and instant messaging, where conversations are often short and to the point, having deep and important conversations is quickly becoming a lost art. But in this huge ocean of digital contact, a truth that can't be changed stands out. As humans, being able to talk and listen to each other and really connect is still one of the most important skills we can develop. Knowing how to understand and be understood, sharing and finding out, and making connections that make our lives and the lives of those we talk to better are more than just talking or listening. We get to the heart of what it means to be a great conversationalist in this episode of our show. We look at 3 keys that can change not only how you talk, but also how you connect with the world. The first key is the pause, that short period of silence that can seem endless in a talk, but is actually a way to understand something better. We often forget the power of quiet because we are in a hurry to speak up and fill the void with our own words and thoughts. Let the other person's words settle for a moment. This gives us time to think about what they are saying and really understand it. A pause also shows respect and care by letting the other person know that we value what they said enough to give it the space it needs. In a world that values speed and efficiency, learning to stop is a big deal. It shows that the way we talk to each other is more important than how fast we talk. The second key is asking to clarify, a powerful tool often overlooked in our rush to move the conversation forward. Could you clarify what you mean by that? Is not just a question. It's an invitation to delve deeper, to share more fully and accurately. This simple phrase can open doors to levels of understanding and connection that would otherwise remain closed. Asking to clarify demonstrates that we are committed not only to the conversation, but to the person we are speaking with. It acknowledges that our interpretation of their words is no more important than their intention in saying them. In the act of asking, we become co-creators of the conversation, collaborating to ensure that what is shared is understood as fully as possible. The third key is the art of paraphrasing, a skill that goes beyond simply repeating what someone else has said. Paraphrasing is reflecting. It's taking another's words and returning them in a way that shows not only that we have listened, but that we have understood. By paraphrasing, we validate our conversation partner's thoughts and feelings and provide an opportunity for correction or deeper exploration. It's a practice that builds bridges between perceptions and realities, ensuring that everyone in the conversation is walking on common ground. Conversation is an art, a dance of giving and receiving that becomes enriched with each step we take toward better understanding and deeper connection with others. Through conscientious practice of pausing, asking to clarify, and paraphrasing, you can transform your conversations into meaningful encounters that nourish your being and strengthen your relationships. This episode is an invitation to think about how you talk to people, to dig deeper into the relationships you have every day, and to find out how talking with purpose and mindful attention can change your life. Welcome to a journey to learn how to talk to people well. First, let's look more closely at the first main idea, the golden stop. This part, which seems easy but has big effects when used, could change the way we talk in ways we're still not fully understanding. That short but powerful moment of silence that comes after someone finishes talking is called the golden pause. There is more than just a void there. There is respect, attention, and care in that area. Taking a break may seem strange or even uncomfortable in our fast-paced society where time is valuable and speed is rewarded. On the other hand, this is the very place where real understanding and relationships grow. That short moment of silence after someone finishes talking is called the golden pause. It's more than just a moment in time. It shows that we respect and care about them, and it shows that we're ready to really be in that conversation. In a world where speed and efficiency rule most of our interactions, choosing to pause, as we've already said, is an act of resistance against shallowness and a choice to put quality over number in our conversations. The practice of inserting a golden pause into our conversations has multiple benefits for both ourselves and our conversation partners. First, it allows us to ensure that the other person has truly concluded their thoughts, avoiding premature interruptions that can lead to misunderstandings or feelings of being ignored. Second, by showing that we are carefully considering their words before responding, we strengthen mutual connection and respect, fundamental elements for a healthy and productive relationship. When we take that moment to pause, we're not just giving the other person time to breathe and reflect. We're also giving ourselves the opportunity to process what has been said. This reflection space can be crucial for formulating a response that is both thoughtful and relevant, allowing us to address the heart of the matter being discussed, rather than reacting with superficial or automatic responses. Introducing the golden pause into our interactions can drastically change the dynamics of a conversation. Participants feel more heard and valued, fostering greater openness and sincerity. Moreover, this practice helps us avoid the pitfalls of defensive responses, allowing us instead to approach conversations with greater calm and mental clarity. From a social perspective, effectively using the golden pause can also influence how others perceive us. Being seen as someone who actively listens and responds with consideration can enhance our image in personal and professional settings, opening doors to deep relationships and enriching opportunities. We face some problems when we try to use the golden pause in our talks. At first, it might feel weird to break away from the fast-paced flow we're used to, or other people might think we're not sure what to do or aren't interested. You can get past these problems with practice and explanation, though, which shows that this practice is good for you and those around you over time. Using the golden break requires being aware of it and practicing it consciously. To start, you can just mentally count to 3 before you speak or take a deep breath to signal the stop moment to yourself. Over time, this habit can become an important part of how you talk to people, which will automatically make your conversations better. You should know that golden pauses can be used in a lot of different situations, from casual talks to business meetings to heated arguments. In all of these situations, changing the length and tone of your breaks can make them more useful, helping to keep the flow of your conversation going while also ensuring depth and mutual respect. The golden pause is a very strong tool that can change the way you talk to people. By doing it regularly, you can have deeper conversations, build stronger connections, and understand each other better. This act of pausing is not just a break in the flow of your speech. It becomes a way to connect with others and show understanding. As you think about the golden pause's power, think about how this habit could change the way you talk to people. What changes might happen in the way you interact with others if you decided to take this pause? As we continue exploring the keys to becoming exceptional conversationalists, remember the incalculable value that resides in that brief moment of silence, a space not just for listening, but for truly understanding. Moving forward in our journey to become exceptional conversationalists, we arrive at the second pillar, clarity through questioning. This principle focuses on the importance of seeking understanding and clarity in our conversations through the art of asking questions. In the complex terrain of human communication, assumptions and misunderstandings can be frequent. But with the strategic use of questions, we can navigate these difficulties more easily and accurately. Asking, especially with the intention of clarifying, is a powerful tool that allows you to delve into the thoughts and feelings of those listening to you. Through carefully selected questions, you not only demonstrate a genuine interest in understanding the other person, but also facilitate a space for them to express themselves more fully. This process not only enriches the conversation, but also strengthens bonds of trust and mutual respect. The key to effective clarification lies in knowing how and when to ask questions. Open-ended questions, those that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no, are particularly useful because they invite deeper exploration of the topics under discussion. Remember phrases like, "Could you explain more about?" or "What makes you feel this way?" These are examples of how we can invite those listening to us to share more of their thoughts and feelings. Active and attentive hearing is the basis for coming up with clarifying questions. Being able to listen with the intention of truly learning, not just responding, helps us figure out where more information is needed. To listen at this level, we have to be fully present in the talk, free from biases and other things that might be bothering us. This lets us fully focus on what the other person is saying. It's through questions that we can move from our own point of view to knowing what the other person is going through. We're not only trying to fill in gaps in our knowledge when we ask questions, we're also trying to confirm what the other person has said and experienced. This acknowledgement can be very reassuring and help people feel closer to each other during a talk. Asking is an important part of communicating, but it's also very important to find the right mix. Too many questions can make the talk feel like an interrogation, while not enough questions or none at all can make it seem like you're not interested. This means that knowing when to ask a question and when to just listen and think together is also part of the art of asking. When picking questions, it's important to stay away from ones that could be seen as complaints or judgments. Questions should be asked in a way that starts a conversation and lets people share their thoughts and feelings without any bias. This method not only helps people understand each other better, but it also keeps the talk safe and respectful. Implementing clarity through questioning in our everyday conversations can begin with small adjustments. It can be as simple as pausing before asking a question to consider its purpose and how it might be received. With practice, the ability to ask clarifying questions becomes second nature, enriching all our interactions. One challenge in practicing clarity through questioning is avoiding the trap of asking questions that actually seek to validate our own opinions or prejudices. Overcoming this challenge begins with self-reflection and a genuine commitment to mutual understanding over self-affirmation. Clarity through questioning is a transformative principle in the art of conversation. It teaches you that every interaction offers an opportunity to deepen your understanding of the world and the people around you. By cultivating the skill of asking clarifying questions, you not only enhance your conversations, but also open doors to richer and more meaningful relationships. I invite you to reflect on how this principle can be applied in your own conversations. Consider how asking with intention and actively listening could transform your interactions, moving them from superficial exchanges to deep and enriching connections. As you progress on your journey towards more effective and empathetic communication, remember the power that resides in your well-posed questions, which are gifts that open hearts, minds, and endless possibilities. The third thing you need to do to become a great speaker is to learn how to paraphrase. This important part of helpful and understanding communication is more than just a method. It shows that we really want to understand and connect with others on a deeper level. When done with care and purpose, paraphrasing can change the way you talk, turning them from information exchanges to real connections between people. When we paraphrase, we use our own words to say what someone else just said. It's not just repetition, it's a strong way to make things clearer and more true. You can tell that you are really listening when you paraphrase instead of just waiting for your turn to talk. This action shows that we want to really understand the other person, see things from their point of view, and make sure that our thoughts and feelings are in sync with theirs. Paraphrasing well can help people understand each other better. Being willing to rethink what someone has said shows them that we see and hear them and that what they have to say is important. This confirmation can have a big effect on the way the talk flows, making it more trusting and open. This is the place where real relationship and understanding can grow. It takes more than just changing words to quote well. It means getting to the heart of what was said, including the emotional and hidden meanings. It starts with actively listening, which means paying attention to more than just the words. Pay attention to the tone, body language, and feelings that are being shown. Then, carefully and sensitively, we express that essence in our own words, often starting with, "If I understand you correctly, you feel that." Or, "It seems like what you're saying is..." One of the most significant challenges in paraphrasing is avoiding oversimplification or distorting the original message. This requires attentive listening and a deep understanding of the other person's perspective. Another challenge is striking the balance between paraphrasing and adding our own interpretations or judgments. The goal is to reflect, not to interpret or evaluate. Incorporating paraphrasing into our everyday conversations can begin with conscious practice in low-risk situations, such as informal talks with friends or family. As we build confidence in our ability to paraphrase accurately and empathetically, we can extend this practice to more challenging contexts, such as work discussions or conversations about emotional topics. Paraphrasing has the potential to transform not only our conversations, but also our relationships. By showing that we are committed to truly understanding others, we foster a higher degree of intimacy and trust. This, in turn, can lead to richer, deeper, and more satisfying relationships, both personally and professionally. Beyond enhancing our conversational skills and relationships, paraphrasing also contributes to our personal growth. The practice of deep listening, empathy, and effectively communicating our understanding can increase our emotional awareness and improve our emotional intelligence. This personal development not only enriches our inner life, but also enhances our ability to navigate the external world more effectively and compassionately. At its core, paraphrasing is a celebration of the simplest and most powerful way that people can talk to each other. In order to connect with someone, you have to get inside their head and heart and build links of understanding and empathy. Not only will this skill make you a better speaker, but it will also make you a better friend, coworker, and person. You should think about how wording can change the way you talk to people. Think about the times when this simple but profound act of conversation would have helped people understand each other better and feel more connected. As this part of our journey to Master Talk comes to a close, it's important to think about what we've learned. We've talked about the golden stop, getting clear answers through questions, and the art of paraphrasing. These are the three main parts of the art of conversation. Each of these things is strong on its own, but when they come together, they create a symphony of understanding, empathy, and connection that can make even the simplest exchanges more meaningful. We learned the value of silence in conversation through the golden pause. A moment of stillness can lead to a better understanding. We learned that real understanding is at the heart of any worthwhile conversation through mutual respect and clear questioning. Finally, the skill of rewriting turned out to be a powerful way to make sure we really understand what other people are saying and feeling. When we consciously use these techniques in our daily talks, they can improve not only the quality of our interactions, but also our relationships and our knowledge of the world around us. They push us to find a deeper, more real relationship with the people we spend time and lives with. Imagine for a moment the impact on your relationships if every conversation were approached with this level of intention and attention. Misinterpretations would decrease, bonds would strengthen, and we would find a new appreciation for the richness and complexity of human experiences. At the heart of these principles lies the recognition that each person has a unique story, a set of experiences and emotions that deserve to be heard and understood. Mastery in the art of conversation is an ongoing practice. There is no endpoint where we can declare ourselves definitive experts, as each conversation is a unique universe full of opportunities to learn and grow. And, however, with each step we take to incorporate the golden pause, clarity through questioning, and the art of paraphrasing into our interactions, we come closer to becoming the empathetic and effective conversationalists we aspire to be. I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to you, our listeners, for joining us on this journey. Without your interest and commitment to personal growth and to improving your communication skills, this journey would not be possible. It is your willingness to explore, learn, and apply these principles in your daily life that truly has the power to transform our communities and our world. In our upcoming episodes, we will continue to explore topics that enrich our understanding of communication, relationships, and personal development. Each topic is a piece of the puzzle, helping us build a more complete picture of how we can live more intentionally and connectedly. So, as we move forward from here, I encourage you to carry with you the principles discussed today. Remember the power of a pause, the importance of seeking clarity, and the transformative impact of paraphrasing with empathy. Every word, pause, and question in the art of conversation is a chance to make deeper connections, build bridges of understanding, and recognize how rich our shared experiences are. Again, thank you for taking the time to go on this journey with us. We're excited to keep talking about this in later shows. Until then, I want to encourage you to talk. Not just talk, listen, not just listen, share, but connect. We always want to hear your thoughts and feedback. Don't forget to follow our station